I want to be smaller, like a dust particle, which moves with the wind. It goes everywhere. Can go and sit on the head of the king, or can go and fall at the feet of someone. And it can go and sit everywhere. But I want to be a particle of dust that is fragrant, that is nourishing, that is enlightening.
There's a system that can connect us to the most authentic and profoundest part of our being, the self. But humankind needs support in its search. Thankfully, there is a way to realize the self, to become one with this hidden treasure that lies within every human being, and whose nature is beauty, harmony, and peace. Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi was completely aware of this. Using her profound and innate knowledge, she studied all the different combinations and mechanisms that make up our human nature.
That people used to get self-realization, all right. But one master had only one disciple. Gradually it started in a way that they started talking about it. From the, I think, 12th century it became more open, but it has been there for years together. Now, when they started talking about it, they couldn't give a mass realization. They could only give to one person. So the only thing that I have done is to work out the permutations and combinations of human nature, by which I have understood how to give a mass realization.
The key to mass transformation is the experience of self-realization. Realizing the self means discovering the perfect eternal essence of being that exists in each individual. This experience can happen through the awakening of a powerful and gentle energy known as Kundalini.
We have within us a power, I call it as Kundalini, which is kept in the triangular bone, which is sleeping there. So when you awaken that Kundalini, she passes through these various aspects of her life and she enlightens them. Not only enlightens them, but she binds them and makes them one. That is where we become above all these things and we become ourselves.
This new state of being brings contentment and serenity, allowing us to understand ourselves with clarity and balance. An inner awareness through which we find answers to our questions. This is how conflict and disputes can be overcome, because as Shri Mataji reminds us, it is not possible to build a world of peace if we do not first build it within ourselves. Once Shri Mataji had perfected the process, the moment came to put it into practice and fulfill the dream she had since her childhood.
And my father used to ask me, what do you dream? I said, I want to meet all the seekers of the world. That's what I want, all over the world, all the nations. He said, how will you do it? I said, I'll manage somehow. I was a very little girl. And then he said, what should you give? What should I give you for yourself? What do you want? I said, I'll need one hut and a very big field of sugar cane. So he said, what will you do with the sugar cane? I said, from one sugar cane you can make 10 sugar canes. That's how I'll make many, many sugar canes.
And that's how she began her mission, traveling around the world, meeting people of all ages, social standing, creed and nationality. She was regularly invited to speak to the scientific community, academies and political institutions, without ever neglecting the humblest communities in small villages and towns. And despite the immensity of her commitments, travel and endless meetings, Shri Mataji always radiated joy and a vitality that belied her age.
People say, you travel, travel. I never travel. I'm sitting here or I'm sitting there. What is that? Where am I traveling? So you don't think on those lines. So thoughtless awareness is the first beautiful state you have to achieve. That will give you peace and a witness state to enjoy the drama of life, to enjoy the different varieties of people.
Many thousands have tried Sahaja Yoga, the meditation practice developed by Shri Mataji, and experienced that state of well-being where one is without thoughts, but at the same time aware and active. Shri Mataji developed several projects, from schools and arts academies to hospitals and shelters, as well as associations for the promotion of social well-being. Sahaja Yoga is at the root of all these initiatives and demonstrates how our immense human potential can take shape and transform the whole of society. Today, her message continues to spread far and wide, like a dust particle which moves with the wind and goes everywhere.
The whole atmosphere is really vibrant, and it's such a great future which has come really sakshat today, which I have dreamt of. In my childhood I used to dream of this. Today it's before me. I'm very grateful to